Good afternoon, Jeremy. Thanks for being here with us today. Jeremy, what are the attitudes that's being done about sustainability on the transport technology in Nigeria?
Yeah, uh, a lot of things have been done in Nigeria to make our transport system sustainable. Let me start by saying that for transport to be sustainable, it must meet three conditions. Condition number one, the rate of use of renewable energy in transport must not exceed the rate at which they are regenerated. Condition number two, the rate of use of non-renewable resources must not exceed the rate at which renewable, sustainable substitutes are developed. And condition number three, which sustainable transport must meet, is that the rate of emission into the environment through transport must not exceed the rate it must not exceed the assimilative capability of the environment. So let me start what Nigeria is doing with respect to meeting some of these conditions. One, hitherto, Nigeria is using fossil fuel from petrol, diesel to power its fleet of vehicles, which numbers into millions. But now, alternative source of fuel is being developed, like through biofuel, through ethanol, which is obtainable from cassava as well as sugarcane. And we all know that cassava, is a regenerative plant which can be, planted, harvested, and is tagged, replanted again. So it's the same thing with sugarcane. Sugarcane energy can be sourced, especially ethanol from sugarcane, and sugarcane, as we know, is regenerative. You can plant it, harvest it after 1 year, then you replant. So by so doing, we know one day that our oil reserve, which is in abundance as of today, will finish one day. It is in view of this that Nigeria is developing the alternative sources of fuel that I've just mentioned now. Okay, for instance, tires have been made from rubber latex in the country, but rubber latex are obtained from rubber tree. So efforts have been made by the Nigerian government to see that rubber trees that are being cut to develop raw latex from which tires that are used on vehicles. A lot of effort have been made to see that plants, as they are being cut and are used, they are being replanted so that this can be sustainable. The government is also making a lot of effort to control emission through transport. Most of the vehicles in Nigeria now use catalytic converter, which reduces emission. Nigerian oil now is free from lead completely, and by so doing, it doesn't emit much fuel into the atmosphere. And we all know emission into the atmosphere affects, the ozone layer and leads to increase in global climate.
What is your goals here at Rio+20?
We are here to I represent my organization, the Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology. We are here to chip in our effort, to see how transport can be made sustainable. Okay, encouraging the use of non-motorized means of transport like bicycle is a way. It's things that we are here to suggest. In developing country, we all know that vehicles are seen as a symbol of status, and most people, hardly want to use alternative means of transport like bicycle, like I said. But we are here to propagate the use of bicycle. It's not only environmentally friendly, it is also good for individuals' human health. So we're going to see how we can chip in our own contribution to encouraging mass transit. Because a typical vehicle, a luxurious vehicle, will carry about 60 to 70 to 80 passengers. Okay, if this is patronized, it's better than 60 people putting on their 60 vehicles on the road. Using encouragement of the use of mass transit as a mode and means of transport will no doubt reduce congestion on our roads and increase urban livability.